awaken your spirit line, your lion spirit. This is Jason Tao. And just a couple of musings today on the 25th of July, 2024, where the Sun and Mars are sextile. Now we understand the Sun as being the true light of the universe, the true light of our galaxy, the true light of our souls. The reason why we get up in the morning, the reason why we go to bed at night. Okay, so the Sun represents self, so there's a very, very strong pull today of looking inwards, going into self, and there's a lot of stuff that's coming up today. You know, the Sun is also bringing up past things. Now, when the Sun and Mars are sextile to each other, it means that basically Mars, being the planet that it is, that brings about drive, ambition, war, that go-getter spirit, almost that Sigma spirit, you know what I mean? That spirit that just wants to get things done and get them done effectively. This is what Mars stands for. And the Sun is really the self, you know? So what's happened is today, and maybe you're feeling it, because it does bring about good things. It asks you to have a look and make a change, you know? And what I've seen is when, you know, if you're wanting to move to a new life, or you require a new life, or you really would enjoy to have a new life, it's almost like you've got to sacrifice the old one. And you've got to let go of the things that are not serving you, and the things that are keeping you blocked, and the things that are not working in accordance with what, you know, your passion, your drive, your dreams are. So in this time, it's time to really, really go inwards into the higher self and bring this being up to the surface, you know, and ask your higher self what your higher self deserves. Because in this moment that we're in at the moment, in this moment that we are today, the 25th of July, this is what's being asked of us. The Sun is asking us to take a deep look in self and see some, you know, when we shine a light like the sun would, that'll always bring up a little bit of shadow from the past. It's funny how shadow always stands behind us from the Sun. So it's always like shadows of the past that are coming up to the surface that have to be looked at, you know. So if you're going through a little bit of a rough time today, know that this is what's being asked of you, and it's not that you're experiencing depression or you're having a rough day or whatever it is. It's just because this is really astrological. Obviously, with Mars and the Sun being sextile, what happens is there's a strong pull between going inwards on self, and today's the day where it's almost a catalyst from the universe asking you if you're doing as good as what you think you're doing, you know, asking you if you're doing as well. And if you're not, really going inwards to find these places and really sacrifice this part of yourself that's blocking yourself. You know, today's about sacrifice, you know, and like, you know, being a Sangoma and stuff, it's really not about slaughtering chickens or people or anything, or goats or anything like that. But what it is really is about slaughtering a part of us that doesn't work. You know, that part of us that brings in false fears, that part of us that's kept us stuck for the last 10 years in the same place, the last 20 years in the same place. You know, asking for something different, asking the universe all of the time, manifesting for something different, but not willing to sacrifice anything to have it. And today's that day, you know, where we realize that, like, you can't take an out breath before you take an in breath. You've got to give a breath before you can take a breath. And this is the process. How do you step out of this? How do you step out of this space? How do you step out of this space of, you know, wanting to do as little bit as possible, but getting the most gain back? You know, like this planet, humanity, I don't know how it's got there. It's like put in the work, and the work will, you know, the work will pay you back. The least work you put in, the less you get paid back. You know, and that's the truth. You know, nothing for nothing. And I think today's a day where the Sun and Mars, these are planets, people. You know, it's like we're never strong enough to stop a planet and its pull on us, being water in our bodies, you know, being carbon, being made of the same things that these planets are. And this question is being asked today. It's being asked, where you at? Who are you? How are you doing with yourself? How are you going with yourself? And if there are things that you're looking at, what is it in yourself that you're willing to sacrifice completely and wholly to regain that part of you that you deserve, that abundance that you've always deserved, that other place in your life? What are you willing to sacrifice for that? Because today is the day that you let go. Today is the day you let go of the things that have been holding you back. Today is the day that you stand. You stand in your power. You stand in your grace. You stand in the power of God and the universe and whatever you want to call it, that's bigger than you. And today you ask this being in a nice quiet space with your eyes closed, focus your energy into your solar plexus, because it is the sun. It's funny how we also war in our solar plexus, which is Mars. Yeah, very interesting. But what I'm saying is this, is like, how do you now take this light, this new understanding of going, I've got to give something to get something back. I have to sacrifice to manifest something new. If you go back to the old Aztecs and you go back to that time, they were sacrificing people to manifest new crops and things. I mean, like, we don't have to go there. Please don't go there. And I'm not saying go there. But what I am saying is the egoic part of self that has kept you in fear of the boogeyman that's under your bed, it's in the roof, or wherever it is, that thing that you are scared of. Today is the day that you look at your plate and see where your plate is full and see what you're carrying. What you've been carrying there for longer than 3 years, that's been blocking you, and you move on. You move on, light ones. You move on, blessed ones. You move on. If you deserve better, if you feel you deserve better in your life, blessed ones, move on. Take a breath. Give a breath. Remember, you're not a tree, so you're not planted and rooted where you are. You have a choice. You have a choice to put yourself in any situation that you feel brings you peace. In all of this time, that is what you have. That is the control that you have. You know, we can never control anything that's outside of us. No outcomes are controllable. Only our manifestations are controllable. Only our choices are controllable. And only how we feel and how we think of the situation we have chosen to put ourselves into is controllable. We can make a choice, and this choice is a powerful choice. This choice is a choice that has to be made. Remember, today it might bring up all of these things where you might feel stuck. It might bring up all of these feelings where you might feel disengaged from life today, or disengaged from spirit. Just know that this is always a sign to go deepwards into oneself. The deeper you go into self in this process, the deeper you start seeing what you need to let go of, what the sacrifices are that you need to make. If it's sleeping late and you're not getting to the gym, sacrifice sleeping late. If it's not serving you, sacrifice it. Yeah. If it's that thing that's stopping you from getting to do the things that you want to do, sacrifice that thing to do the things that you would like to do. Today is a day of sacrifice. Sacrifice of the ego, so the higher self can step up and shine. This is really, really, really what today is about. So if you're feeling a little bit disheveled, a little bit depressed, a little bit heavy, know that you're being asked to sacrifice something today, and it's not too late yet. Make that choice. Sacrifice that thing that doesn't serve you. This is Jason Tao. This is Awaken Your Lion Spirit. And yeah, I just thank you for listening tonight. Please, please do this for yourselves and just find that change where you need it, where you require it, and make it. And like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget, please. And I'll see you on the next one. So yes, remember that it is the Sun and Mars sextile today, 60 degrees apart from each other, asking big changes of you and big changes in your life. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Awaken Your Lion Spirit.